So I'm going to have a quick conversation with them in terms of understanding what are all the opportunities that we have for our business owners from Tamil Nadu to explore the opportunities of doing business in London as well as in Australia. So I just wanted to quickly start by introducing both of them, a little bit about them from my side, and probably they can also add in case if I miss out on something from your side. The first person that I'm going to give the mic on is Mr. Heyman. He's been part of the London and Partners for a very long time, I believe, and for the last 3 years, we've been very closely associated in terms of working with the London and Partners exclusively, to taking some of our delegations to the London Tech Week, to be very specific, and also exploring the possibilities of doing some kind of businesses in the London and the UK ecosystem. So that's said about him. So you can also add in some of the things about you in case if I miss out on some of the very important critical things from your side.
Thank you very much. First of all, good afternoon, everybody. It's such a pleasure to be here in Coimbatore. Coimbatore is a city, you may not know this, but I've been coming here for 20 years.
Wow.
Back in the day when I was in the textile world. But for the last 7, 8 years now, we've been coming mainly, completely, the city has completely transformed, and we are coming here more to support companies from Tamil Nadu as well as from Coimbatore, Madurai, Tirunelveli, so many other places. Just very quickly, London and Partners is probably, we are London's economic development agency. And we are probably the only city in the world to have 4 offices in India. So we have in Mumbai, we have in Bangalore, we have in Delhi, and we have a virtual office, which is looked after by my colleague Neha, who is here in the front, which looks after only the region of Tamil Nadu. And about 20% of all FDI that goes into London from India now comes from Tamil Nadu. So I think we can talk about it a bit more, but really very serious, very committed to the state of Tamil Nadu.
Good to know that. We have Mr. Irfan. Irfan is from Australia. There's a long way of connection between the Coimbatore as a city. He got graduated from engineering from this very own town. So I just wanted to tell you that Irfan has been the helm of the organization called Australia-India Business Council, the New South Wales, and we had a lot of interaction happening with them. And I personally was there in Australia this year, last year, 2025, November, and he was able to take us to some of the industrial cluster there. And there could be a lot of possibilities because you know that the Australia's labor charges has been very, very high, and the old companies, more than 300, 400 years old companies, also you were able to show me some of those factories there, and they have infrastructure, but they have challenges in terms of manpower and people and all of that. So could you just say a little bit about that and tell us how we can explore the possibilities of doing businesses in Australia and what is in store for people from India, especially from Tamil Nadu and this part of the Congo belt.
Thank you, Nasir Bhai, and thanks and greetings, Heyman, as well. Great to be on this platform, back again after a year, I guess, to join you all in Coimbatore. Very privileged and honored. And again, as Nasir Bhai mentioned, I have strong roots to Coimbatore. I was born in Kerala, grew up in Delhi, but studied my engineering that made or shaped my career here in Coimbatore, very much at an institute, one of the renowned institutes here, Coimbatore Institute of Technology. 4 years of my amazing life I had, and which really not only gave me the networks I developed, I was part of the Rotary and the business networks even those days, but also the community connect that I established here as well, and some of my colleagues are leading some of the businesses in the industry. That's essentially helped me shape my career as well, as I went to the US and then moved to Australia about 25 years back. Since then, obviously, been involved actively in several businesses, predominantly the digital tech innovation and the startup scale-up ecosystems. But over the last 4 to 5 years, I've been very actively involved in the Australia-India Business Council, which is the leading bilateral industry body. focused on supporting trade investment between Australia and India. It's been established for about 40 years. I'm the president for the AIBC New South Wales chapter and the National Associate Chair. We've got, across all the states, a strong presence. But again, what we are focusing on as well is to look at India and Indian states and a strong push for Australia to look at South India. Even in this trip, I've had engagement across all the states and definitely highlighting Tamil Nadu as a strong state to collaborate and partner, being the second largest economy within India as well. Now, just focusing on what's been happening, all these, obviously there's been a growing friendship. We always had the cricket curry and Commonwealth connection, but what really resonates now is the complementarity. The term I often use, and it's obviously, since we finalized our ECTA agreement, the early free trade agreement, and signed that in December 2022, which was one of the first early free trade agreement that India signed with the Western world. And since then, what we have seen is increased level of awareness, interest, both sides, a lot more from India to Australia. Australia as well, we are looking to, again, as that's one of the roles we have, to really promote the India opportunity, and I call it the new India opportunity, just as Deepak mentioned, for Australian businesses to look at as a partner. Australia has got a strong focus on, future made in Australia, just like Make in India campaign, and there we are pushing for future made in Australia to partner with India. So look at avenues, sectors, opportunities across sectors, from large business, large corporates to even MSMEs, SMEs, mid-sized companies, and also startups as well. One of the things which, again, using that complementarity term, what really enables this partnership is Australia has got what India needs to grow and to be at a global scale to deliver that impact and, really support those market opportunities globally. And then India has got what Australia needs. The complementarity is there. One example is obviously resources, technology, innovation is there in Australia, especially clean energy is one big sector. Australia has been a pioneer in clean energy, from the first solar cells to the best solar cell now in the renewable sector. And India has the demand, the growth, and then obviously the scale manufacturing capability and the resources and talent that can help that. And vice versa, again, Australia needs the talent, the resource capability, to kind of fulfill some of those opportunities. Even, some of the multilateral opportunities, in play, India can leverage. Obviously, the Quad is one which is a great partnership as well, a multilateral partnership, but it can also support other multilateral partnerships like AUKUS that Australia has. Some of the key sectors I'll highlight, and this was highlighted as part of the Centre for Australia-India Relations new roadmap for economic engagement with India, which was launched in 2025, and we also supported. Highlights about 4 growth sectors called superhighways. This includes, several sectors. One being clean energy. We have agribusiness, education, skill, and tourism as well. So some of these sectors are
Thank
key
you so
there.
much. We'll come back on the sectors-wise a little later.
Yeah.
To you, Mr. Hemant, as far as starting a business in UK or London, to be very specific, is as easy as just a cup of tea, to say. Because I was told that within few hours it can be started, and I was personally there in the London Tech Week, and a few of our members were able to do it. Thanks to the London and partners, you were able to really do that in a much faster pace at much cheaper cost also, because it takes much more money to set up an office in Coimbatore than to set up in UK. So having said that, just wanted to quickly ask you, why do you think that UK is the strategic market entry for people from Tamil Nadu? It's very specific.
First of all, thank you for your kind words. And yes, it is very simple to set up an office in London. In fact, in UK, it ranks number 8 in the world for ease of doing business. So by the time we finish this session, all of you could have actually registered your office in London as well. Now, but very pleased, actually, so it was mentioned a couple of times, Shyam from Venpep was the first company that we supported from Coimbatore, but it's certainly not the last, and this continues to grow all the time. I think to answer your question, why do companies, especially from Tamil Nadu and from India for that matter, what's in it for them in London? So companies from Tamil Nadu, my biggest complaint is that y'all don't shout about your achievements. The way, other countries and other cities do, the amount of work that's happening over here, y'all don't really shout that y'all are the second largest, the kind of growth that's happening. But companies are a little conservative. But when we look at London, what companies from Tamil Nadu, India look at are three things. Number one, and by far the number one, is your customer. So London is a unique city. It's the capital city. It's your government, your regulator, as well as all your global clients are in one city. So you don't have to go around anywhere. Number two is global talent. You have access to talent from all over the world. So today, it's not just opening a sales office, but it's also tapping into things like AI, creative industries, things that India is very strong in, but may not have a global reach of. So London provides that. And third is global VC funding. So in fact, London as a city attracts more global VC funding in sectors like AI, sustainability, than all of Germany and all of France put together. So just one city attracts more. So these are the top three reasons, I think, why. One would be customer, second would be your global talent, and third would be global VC funding.
Thank you so much. In fact, I was about to ask you what are the mistakes that we are making, but you actually said it in your answer. Because we all know that, Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu, very specifically, we are very, very low profile. We do a lot of work, but we don't talk about it, When I started my career selling space in Mumbai, when I went from here, I saw some of those people who are doing a very, very small work, but the way they're talking about is so big, and we found, oh my God, what is this? So you're right, very, very right about it. And coming back to Irfan. So now we have few things lined up. We have this work initiative. Chris is here. I'm very happy to see him. And we're going to do some kind of a tie-up with them because he wants a lot of manpower. That's what he was saying. He's talking about every sector has got more number of people required, and we have more number of people here. So tell us, what are the things that we can immediately do in the next few months so that the next year when we have Jubilant here, we can talk about the achievement that we have done.
Sure. Thank you. I would just want to reflect on that point about how do we promote and talk about the capabilities here. And one of the strong pillars that, even both the governments have recognized is the leveraging the diaspora. So obviously diaspora who's involved in bilateral businesses, to leverage them and then really make these connections and talk about these capabilities as well. So I'm really pleased that we've got several Australian companies here. Definitely, again, wanting to explore this opportunity further, especially engaging with South India, which provides us talent and capability. So we have, as you mentioned, Chris, and work initiatives focusing on global talent mobility. We've got a great team which can definitely leverage one of the strengths of this region, the manufacturing, the electronics, and the electrical space, manufacturing space. We have one of the innovative electrical switch safety switch company who are here. They're manufacturing in Australia, and one of the beautiful, amazing places in Australia, which I want to talk about, being Newcastle. And they're here, obviously looking for partnerships in terms of manufacturing, R&D, innovation, and further scaling as well, leveraging Indian groups here. So again, Coimbatore is a great ecosystem for them to connect. And broadly, and I'm also pleased to have Audra, from the food and hospitality sector and tourism as well, which we are looking to promote and bridge between Australia and India. And definitely one of the strong things that she connects with is the depth and the richness of South Indian history and legacy. I mean, obviously a lot of India that see in Australia, we see a lot of North Indian food and all those cuisines. We definitely want to promote the South Indian legacy and the food and cuisine as well, the rich heritage we have. So we've got a great set of companies. There are several companies also coming the next couple of days as well. The intent here is to obviously explore these partnerships. We have the introductions being made, especially for the talent mobility. Coimbatore is called the talent capital of Tamil Nadu as well. Produces the best of the engineers and, the skilled workforce. So that's something we are looking at. One of the things, our core, the approach here is it's all industry-led. So this is not the regular education pathway, which Australia is one of the top destinations now for Indian students, and Australian education is one of the leading in the world and recognized. That's definitely on, and that's got a pathway. But what we are looking to accelerate is what industry needs. So by looking at each of those sectors, touched on clean energy. Yeah, we have the electro-tech sector. We've got the construction industry, major demand, in the construction industry, which, Coimbatore has got that talent and also the experienced, skilled workforce as well. We've got, the food and agri sector, even critical minerals is a sector, the semiconductor electronic sector as well. Advanced manufacturing is huge. All these sectors, they need a lot of people. Of course, healthcare, aged care, that whole sector, and hospitality is also a huge sector that we are looking for collaboration and talent mobility. Most importantly, what we are looking for is building this global talent mobility, where leveraging platforms, leveraging ecosystems as well here, whether it's education, the training, the skills provider, or even the industry where there's a matched opportunity. We want to leverage that and create that pathways.
Thank you so much. Now we're going to have a quick rapid fire. We want to make it very short in terms of a couple of questions. Number one, because generally when you go to these kind of conferences, people talk a lot about it. People look at a lot of opportunities. But the problem is, as he rightly said, we people are very slow in talking about ourselves, and we're also very slow in taking action. So the question is something like that. What do you think we should do immediately in the next 2 months, apart from coming back to you both and start an office? What are the things that we should do? What is the first step that we need to take as an entrepreneur from this part of the world?
If I may go, obviously one of the things, and we are encouraging them, is to meet those potential partners. We believe that, and again, this is what I say, when an Australian company is looking at India, obviously there is several P's being said, your planning, preparedness, patience, but that partnership is very key. So definitely looking at potential partners who can be their legs and wings here is something we are exploring. So they are meeting several companies,
Good. So I take the word partnership from you. That's the first thing. Okay, good. How about you?
I think India today is really, it needs to take its place in the world. And entrepreneurs here need to get a little bold. If they are clear that they want to go global, they need to understand why are they going global. Because many times people get attracted for the wrong reasons. It could be a grant, it could be free desk spaces being provided, come test the waters. But when you test the waters, you can burn yourself very badly in the process. So my suggestion to entrepreneurs from this would be that A, first try and understand, are you ready to go global? Do you have the money to go global? Don't look for freebies. That's my thing. And then if you are clear, whichever part of the world it may be, do come, talk to organizations like you all who have these great connections with different countries, and we will be very happy, all like the Australians, all our services are free of cost. So we will be happy to guide you, but make a informed decision. If you go for the wrong reasons, you can really burn yourself very badly.
If I may just add a point, which again, I'm batting for Australia here, is Australia is known as the best in design and innovation. And that's something which, really leveraging that, where you have a great manufacturing product, looking at what are the other part is the regulatory compliance as well. One of the best standards in the world recognized, whether it is electrical safety to any other healthcare and everything, and medicine, pharma, everything, where we want to obviously the companies to understand what the regulatory compliance norms are. Of course, work with the partner to help understand what the government support, the investment agency support, the business industry support is there. But most importantly, looking at design innovation from Australia. And I have had several companies here, even now we are engaging, where they have leveraged, designed in Australia, innovated in Australia, but manufactured and scaled in India. So that's a more stronger collaboration we are looking for, and across sector. And we had a call about a month back, and we had more than 100, 150 companies wanting to go down that pathway. So keen
Very
to
good.
explore that.
So one thing is about the compliance and the quality stringent norms, which will actually make our own manufacturers to come up
Yeah.
and create a benchmark for themselves. And you talked about coming forward and understanding their capability, because many people wanted to go into exports, maybe because of the foreign exchange revenue that they want to make in. But the thing is that export is a different ball game altogether. So we need to understand the intricacies a lot more. And that's when these kind of policies and compliance and the norms actually make them a better performer in their own field. That's a good thing. Finally, I just wanted to ask both of you, if you have to give us one advice to our people here to look at these two markets, because I've been getting calls from people saying that the cars are going to be cheaper, especially after the treaty. My friends are saying, they want to buy a bigger car, it's going to get much, much cheaper. There's not going to be 110% of excise, it's going to be much cheaper. And there's all these free trade agreement and all that. I'm sure it's going to take some time. It's not going to happen overnight. But at this context, what do you think? Because everywhere people are looking at India, people are looking at these kind of markets where a lot more small players are there. Because if you see the Indian economy, or every economy thrives on the small and medium entrepreneurship or driven organization, and they come in bulk. And those kind of setup, what could be your advice, both of you? One short and sweet advice so that we can conclude this panel discussion on that front.
There are lots to say there, but definitely I want to call out, play to our strength. Again, using our cricketing parlance, we got to play to our strength. India, and when I say I'm very passionate about the new India, and the new India that I project and I'm passionate about is the new India, which is, putting the best practice, best world practice there, like whether it's ESG, conformance, focused on green economy. That is what the new India that we want to partner with in terms of Australia. But also, very specifically, we are looking to explore partnership between clusters, industrial clusters. And I mentioned we are keen to forge that industry cluster collaboration between Newcastle and the greater Hunter region, which you visited as well, and Coimbatore and the greater Coimbatore region. And then play to our strengths. Manufacturing is our strengths. We can offer best practice manufacturing, especially in the Industry 4.0 and advanced, and then leveraging Australian, know-how, the innovation, the IP. That's something I would definitely strongly encourage.
Thank you so much from your side.
I think it's important to do your due diligence when a company is looking to go abroad. There's a lot of support available today. There's a lot of government support available, but including networks like BNI, Jubilant, all of them, who are well entrenched with all the government agencies. So just as an example, you went to London Tech Week, which is the largest delegation comes from India to London Tech Week. So again, work with agencies, work with the government, go and test the waters yourself, try and see what is the ecosystem like, who has what to offer, and then make an informed decision. There's plenty of support that is available. Just as an example, last week, we had brought a delegation of 11 sustainability companies, and we didn't take them to Bangalore, we didn't take them to Mumbai, but we brought them to Chennai. So again, for companies who are working with us closely, we had invited them. This was held at the British Deputy High Commissioner's residence. They got to meet with 11 companies right here in Chennai, a short distance away, rather than going all the way to London. So my point is, once you identify very clearly that you're ready to go overseas, do tap into these networks, do talk to people. There's a wealth of information. Most of this is all free of cost, being government agencies, but do keep in touch and do explore that. There's a lot that we can offer.
Thank you so much for the audience. We didn't talk much about the IT as a sector, the tech and all that, specifically because there are a lot more sessions are coming up. So I just wanted to stay away from IT for this particular session. So thank you so much for being with us at this point of time, and looking forward for your continuous support and make us all grow global and go global in a big way. Thank you so much.
This is our third year here. So I remember the first year when we came over here, and now to see this third year, it's quite fantastic, the kind of work that you all have done.
Thank you
and
so
I
much.
really must congratulate you all.
Thank you so much.
Looking forward to more successful launches and impacts as well, both into Australia and from Australian companies to partner here.
Inshallah.
in Coimbatore
Thank you
as
so
well.
much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.